GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fatman.
So sleazy.
What the hell are we going to talk about? It's not
That's
like
always been the plan since Crown Jewel, bro.
Ooh, let's talk about that on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
It's the Fatman.
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Today, we have a man that, well, he's looking spiffy. That gentleman is Chip Willett. He is here today.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And then, of course, our wonderful friend up north who needs to pay another $15 to get anything shipped to him. It's Ryan Williams.
Hey, yo, it's fucking bullshit. I got to pay $70 for a hoodie that my fucking slogan's on.
Well, technically now I am that friend up north.
Technically, well, yeah. I mean, I have just as many up north and as down south now. In fact, no, wait.
I think you're the furthest
north of me, too.
I would say you're the furthest south. You're the southerner.
I'm the southerner. Holy shit.
So you're the racist.
I am the racist now. So
on this election day.
Yeah, right. Obviously, if you guys aren't familiar, we do stream on Twitch these episodes live on Tuesdays. So if you guys are listening on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m., wherever you get your normal podcast, you want to see the video version of this, or you want to just enjoy the live nature that is Twitch, we do this on Twitch at twitch.tv/sleazy and the fat man.
We actually have better faces for radio, so they probably should stay away from that idea.
Yeah.
Probably. We kind of perpetuate the stereotype of, fat guys and basements and whatever.
Hey, I'm on it.
Bald.
I'm
yes.
not bald.
Fat, yes.
I'm not bald. Hang on.
Bald, yes.
No,
fat,
but I'm not
yes.
fat. I'm
Basement.
not fat. I'm just bald.
Okay. No.
And no, I'm living here.
Ryan is fat, bald, and in a basement. So
allow me to eat my chocolate in peace, okay?
You fat fuck. As he's drinking, what's this college again? 7 slices of pizza, 3 fucking cheeseburgers,
and a vitamin water,
and a vitamin zero,
and then a fucking Diet Coke.
Pretty much, yeah.
I am drinking something that has 0 sugar, also.
Yeah, good. See, we cut the calories. We're gonna drop pounds like it's going out of style. Saudi.
I guess Dietz isn't coming on then. Well,
he said he's coming on. So
Brandon dog out then. Okay.
Brandon Dietz will be joining us shortly. Let's quickly, really, really quickly talk about Raw. It's the Raw after Crown Jewel. What the fuck is this? Now, Fatman's already kind of referenced a bunch of this in his article. If you haven't checked out the articles that Fatman's doing for the weeklies, check them out on thewrestlingshow.com. I want to specifically talk about the Theory cash-in.
Okay.
So at what point are we going to acknowledge the fact that there is every single time it's been known that the contracts for a world title championship? How is he able to do it on the U.S. champion?
Wow.
Is it world title?
This year they did state it was for a championship opportunity. So
yeah, it didn't say world. It was any title. He had his choice. That's why he showed up on NXT and threatened take it away from Braun Breaker. That's why he's been teasing it with the United States title for a while. So, yeah, they didn't make that stipulation here. They just said any title any time this year.
No, we have to watch The Miz lose a cash in and be giving it back. That's what I think is going to happen. Because we're like, oh, that was supposed to be an open challenge or whatever fucking nonsense that is.
Okay, so my problem with it is there's 17 years of history about it being a world championship opportunity. And yes, they may have specified any title, but that's not what the fans assumed because there's 17 years of history. 2, he hasn't teased cashing in on the U.S. title. He did it last night for the first time. So that was stupid. 3, technically, during the open challenge, the bell never rang, so he cashed it in while there was an open challenge still there. Then Rollins got his ass kicked by Lashley. And Theory still, even though Lashley did interfere, but Theory still couldn't put Rollins away, and he lost. This 100% makes Austin Theory look like a fucking goober. And there was, and I keep saying this, a million different ways that they could have done this, and they went with option 1 billion. Like, it makes no sense to me.
I was reading an article today, and they were talking about the match, and they were saying how this is basically the only way they can keep Austin Theory relevant by throwing him in the argument with having him run 2 feuds, with one with basically Rollins and one with Lashley. And I mean, it kind of makes sense.
It makes no sense. Absolutely makes no sense.
To keep him relevant, someone that was so relevant when McMahon was around, this is the only way to keep him relevant.
No, it's not the only way. It's not the only way to keep him relevant. It's not, though.
Yeah.
You could still have him be in a feud with them and not cash in on the mid-card title and look fucking idiotic in the process. You actually nerfed him, is what you did.
You made it even worse.
You made it worse. For 1, he's not relevant at all anymore. And 2, you didn't have to have him. If he wasn't, yes, he was Vince McMahon's guy, and Triple H didn't want him to have Money in the Bank. Okay, fine. If he wanted him to lose, okay, fine. They could have just had him try to cash in on Reigns in Saudi, get his ass kicked and lose, and that's 100 billion times better than what they did last night.
And yet, I still don't believe that they should have done that either. Honestly, if they wanted it off of him, they should have transferred it to somebody else. You know what? Here's a better way of doing it, in my opinion. Okay, let's say he wants to have multiple titles. Okay, Theory is like, I don't just want a world championship. I want the U.S. title as well. Okay. I'll put up my Money in the Bank briefcase for a shot at your U.S. championship because I'm so confident that I can take that title off you. Bobby Lashley interferes. He loses the Money in the Bank thing. It's off of him, but it's still out there.
Which is another option that could have easily been done instead of the bullshit that they did last night. And Brandon Dietz has joined the show.
Welcome.
What are we complaining about?
The nonsensical Raw last night.
So he's in the ultimate class of non-cash-in winners. Quickly, trivia. Name them.
Cena and Corbin.
There's one more.
There's one more.
Corbin's not one.
Corbin's absolutely one.
Corbin is absolutely one.
Corbin lost his match.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes. The
No,
losers.
you're talking about guys that cashed in and won but didn't win the title.
Correct.
No, we're talking about, that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
A cash-in that
Corbin didn't win his match. Only Cena and Theory have cashed in, won the match, but not won the title.
But Theory didn't win his match. He lost.
Theory won by DQ.
No, he didn't.
No, he lost.
He lost.
He lost. That's what makes it even worse.
If my eyes read incorrectly, I do apologize.
Your
but that's what
eyes
I thought I had read.
definitely
You
did.
definitely did run incorrectly.
Yes, because Bobby Lashley got
They did a
involved.
stupid count out spot. Theory came in at 11, actually, not 10 or 9. It was actually 11. And then he ate a stomp in rounds 1.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes it even worse.
He got.
Wasn't also. Oh my God! Why Damian Sandow? Isn't he a
Yes.
part of this?
Sando
Yes.
is the third one.
Yeah, that was my
The fourth one, yes.
Yeah, that was the one that I was
I don't
waiting
know.
for. So what's up, boys?
We're bitter, we're pissed, and we're going to talk about Saudi show.
To be
I
even
mean,
more bitter than pissed,
Yeah.
About Crown Jewel?
I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to make conversation.
Crown Jewel was. I didn't mind it.
Well,
It
we'll
was
get
great.
to it. Anyway, Theory got fucking absolutely looked like a goober last night, and it was unnecessary. So anyway, Crown Jewel opened up because Brock Lesnar wanted to get his shit in. Brock Lesnar versus Mike is sharing a screen.
Yeah, it's me.
I know,
Oh,
but why are
sure.
you sharing us? Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Aha.
Good.
So one
Bobby,
of the things that we're going to do, we're going to play around with, is that,
Never mind. Go ahead.
is that we're going to actually have a stopwatch just on the off chance we go too long, mainly because of me, but whatever.
yeah. So we're gonna do what, 2 minutes per person?
Yep.
All right. So Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Match was 6 minutes. Canton gave this 2 3/4. Let's go with Chip first.
I would say I wanted to go 2 3/4, maybe 2.5. It just, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. It missed big time. They could have done so much more than they did with it, and I just was uninvested the whole time.
Well, that's a lot less than 2 minutes.
Well, that's
Y'all
fine.
expecting a 30-minute epic? This is exactly what it was. Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yes.
This was great. Great. At least 3 1/4.
Do this while I'm sleeping.
Can you do this while I'm sleeping? My wife is yelling at me because we're doing a podcast right now.
You're not shit.
I like the pacing. I like the finish. I had no problems with it. Fun match. Good way to start off.
Overrated piece of shit. Lashley dominating the match was the right call. Lashley
No.
beating the shit out of Lesnar was the right call. And Sleazy said that the ending looked like desperation. I get that. I understand that. But the execution of it just did not come across as that. It came across as it was sloppy. The execution was sloppy. That was my gripe. I agree with Chip. Okay, match for a house show, 2.5 stars.
You have a fire
I also agree with you guys. 2.5 stars. But my problem is I like the finish. And I know we
Don't
talked
get me
about
wrong. I like the finish. It was just done poorly.
No, I like the way it was done. He struggled to do it.
Just the wall.
No, you're wrong.
I don't know. And I'm not.
My opinion,
Lesnar
I
shouldn't have been
appreciate it.
all high flyer, flippy floppy to make that look good. That needed to look ugly because it was two big men,
No,
two meaty men
it does
slapping
not.
meat. That shouldn't have been a smooth flow
Yes,
to that
it should have.
finish.
You know why? It should have.
What is-
Because it looked dumb. And I know how you love it when I say it was dumb.
She
So it was
can't
dumb.
talk to him.
it wasn't dumb. I'm putting my foot down on this one. It wasn't dumb.
Which one? The one with nerve damage or the one without?
Which foot?
Wow. The one I'm going to be smacking you with.
No one's going to shut up your ass in it.
He can barely lift his legs up to walk. Good luck with that.
Barely.
Oh, yeah, my phone.
All right, Chip. Oh wait, you talked. What's his name?
The Canadian.
Put Holly on the phone.
But there's no point coming to me because he's not going to like my answer because I love the match. Thought it was good and really enjoyed that finish because it made fucking sense because he shouldn't have been able to do that fucking smoothly.
Yeah.
You're
So 4 people say one thing, one person says something different.
So I agree. So I'm right.
Well, no, I was in the ball with liking it. Like I liked everything about it.
We all liked it. It's
So I'm right.
One person didn't like the finish, and it was this asshole over here.
No, it's like I didn't like the finish. I said it was executed poorly.
Good.
And it was
good start. Good start.
So
to the show.
if you open up your ears and shut your mouth, then you would actually hear that. Instead of putting words in my mouth, which you always do.
This asshole over here just said the finish was dumb. Did I not hear that?
I said I'm doing this for Ryan because he loves it when I say it was dumb. Again,
So
if you open
you're
up your
just
ears
saying it
and
just
shut your
sucks.
mouth to piss off Ryan because it's fun.
So you like the finish?
I told you I liked the finish. It was executed poorly. Again, for the 5th time I've said that. If you opened up your ears and shut your mouth, you would know. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I fucking do.
Women's Tag Team Championship, Team Sleazy and the Fat Man versus Damage Control. 12 minutes and 50 seconds. Kenton gave this 3 stars. Ryan.
I was wondering if you were going to go with the tag guy or the women's wrestling enthusiast on this one. Very strange for the title change, but I like the flow on where it led into Raw and the War Games, and it keeps giving these girls, a reason to feud and fight. There's no guarantee when you watch those titles defended now that the champions are actually going to retain, so it adds a bit more, ooh, maybe I should watch that match, because you don't know what's going to happen with the women's tag titles anymore.
Sleazy.
Wow, I have to agree. The problem I have with the match itself was that why would you do it like swap the titles 5 days afterwards? And while you're debuting Nikki Cross, and eventually it's going to be a whole nother thing with the what do they call it? The War Games thing. Spoiler, by the way. You know, whatever. I love the match though, because there's Asians all over it and it's a women's tag match, and come on, 19 stars.
If it was in the Tokyo, it would have been 50.
Yep.
I thought it was a good match. I gave it 3 1/4. I did wonder why they would change the titles, but Ryan's absolutely right. It adds another dynamic to the women's tag team division. It gives them a reason to keep feuding into Survivor Series. So, yes. Chip.
Good match. I was a little perplexed by the title change, but it lets us know that we can expect the unexpected all the time. It can happen at any time. And Triple H has proven that in his taking over of the WWE. And 3.5. It was a good match. A lot of talented women in it, and it sets up well for like you said, Raw and the impending Survivor Series.
All right, close it out, Deets.
3. Great match. Title change, I'm not too bothered about. Hey. Enough of that. Sorry, my dog's barking. Really, how do I put it this way? It was fun to watch, but also had some dead spots. But overall, I have no problem with it. It's a continuation of the storyline. Remove 3. Another good solid outing. Nothing negative to say about it.
All right, let's go to the steel cage match. Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. 13 minutes. John Kent gave this 3. Deets started off for us.
Thank you. I appreciate this. This was Karrion Kross's worst match ever. And I've been highly critical of his work. I've been normally very positive. I did not like the finish. If we're doing steel cages, door should be automatically removed. I can't stand the doorway exit thing. Normally it sets up, somebody either gets hit or this stupid shit happens. No. Fuck off. It took away from the match. No. Let this feud fucking end. I'm done. That it just this is my poop emoji.
Poop emoji.
Poop emoji match of the night. And I did not expect this. I expected this to be a hell of a lot better.
Honestly, so, I think this was the worst match of the night as well. What a dumb match. Scarlett easily could have used the mace through the cage. Didn't have to wait for the door to be open because that's stupid.
Which, by the way, wasn't mace, and Drew didn't know how to sell it.
McIntyre could have
sell it.
They said Scarlett was like, "There's no way you could have won. You could have. You hit him with the Claymore, and you could have pinned him instead of trying to go up the cage." Okay, that was dumb. Plus, the match was boring as hell. I guess Drew was sick with the flu, but still, this match just was bad.
This match should have never went on.
It was bad.
Yeah, it should have never went on.
And I know Ryan hates when I say it was dumb, but this match was dumb. Ryan.
I didn't hate the match. I mean, I know there's going to be a third match between these two guys, so it makes sense for Drew to get his win back. And it'd be with a little bit of shenanigans from Scarlett because, blondes can't get heat for a manager.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I said, probably wasn't the best match on the card because, again, you expect more out of the two of these, especially in a cage match. But, I just feel they didn't give it all, just like the strap match. The strap match was good. It wasn't great because they knew there was going to be a trilogy of matches. The same opinion I have of Ty Valkyrie and Deanna Purrazzo's matches. The first one we expected more because it was the two of them, and it was all right. The second one was better, but we had such a bad taste out of our mouths the first time. The second time should have been way better. It was good. It just wasn't as better as we put it on a pedestal for.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point, actually.
So are you really calling this the pussy on the pedestal match?
No, that's when Scarlett for the pole and Russo comes back.
Fair enough.
Okay, Sleazy, go ahead.
I don't know how I can top that, but the match was ridiculous.
Pudding pops is how you top it. Well, you'll be on top anyways.
Ridiculous. The finish was them trying to be creative about Scarlett interfering. But it just didn't look good in comparison to another finish of this show. My problem not only was the fact that you have her spraying mace, but you have her spraying mace on Drew and a ref for no reason at all. I don't know why she hit the ref.
The ref sold it better than Drew did.
Well, that's the thing is that at that point, you can't really do anything with Drew. Drew needs some way to get back from there, especially if he's going to win the match. That doesn't make sense to do a mace spot there. It really doesn't. What are you thinking? So he's got a no-sell mace spot where the last time he got maced, he was out cold for 10 minutes.
He lost 100% of his HP.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all. I don't understand it. And having Drew win in this way where it's like both guys come out of it like it was almost nothing to them. And it was a vicious steel cage match that they both walked away from. Really? 2 stars. And it was the worst match of the night.
Chip, close it out.
I'm going to go 1 3/4. I was really looking forward to this because I'm a big Karrion Kross fan. It just did not come across. The whole Scarlett interference made no sense. I think the best part of the sell was the referee selling the pepper spray spot better than Drew did. But it's definitely this is what we're going to get from bringing Karrion Kross back. He should have stayed gone.
I wouldn't go that far. I think they're just pushing.
I don't think you go that far. And also with circumstance with Drew, like you can't put all the blame on Karrion if Drew is with wrestling sick.
And this is technically his first feud back. So if he's really not working well with Drew, and let's just say that for the sake of argument, that it's because the styles don't match. You can't just throw him away over 2 major matches like that. If he's constantly having bad matches, then maybe the problem is you, Carrion. Maybe you need to go back. But we know that for a fact that he's not bad in the ring. He's had banger matches everywhere, including in WWE. It's just that these particular sets of matches haven't been great.
Yo, dog, I heard you like trios matches.
I do.
Judgment Day versus the OC, 14 minutes. Kent gave this 3 stars. Sleazy, go ahead.
Thank God they had a Rhea Ripley answer.
Crickets.
The fuck? Seriously. I mean, I have a huge problem with the fact that they spent all this time building up to the fact that, well, we've got a solution for them. And the solution was not to have a solution, apparently. Really? Cool. So are we doing war games with the 2 of them or not? Anyone?
No, I don't see how Bloodline's not in the other war games.
Right.
I
agree.
It's custom made right there. 4-on-4, 4 over here, 4 over there.
5-on-5.
5-on-5.
No, 4-on-5.
Yes. No, they're doing 5-on-5.
5-on-5.
They're all
5-on-5.
5-on-5s.
No, they're doing the women's is 5-on-5, so the men's is going to be 5-on-5.
This is
And
going to
they
be a mixed
originally
match. It's
5-on-5.
4-on-4. So there. Ha.
So
I thought the
Sleazy's
original
wrong
match
as
was
always.
5-on-5.
So Sleazy's wrong as always.
Whatever. Point being is that the match wasn't great. It was obvious. Finish is obvious. 2.5
Right.
stars.
What was it?
2.5 stars.
What was it?
Okay.
It's all okay match for a house show.
Thank you.
Get the fucking gimmicks in, dickhead.
Ryan.
First off, fact check, 5-on-5 first match. Sleazy, you are wrong.
Only reason why I know that is because 4 Horsemen plus James J. Dillon.
Yeah.
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 Are you guys done?
Yeah. What?
First War Games match in WWE was 3-on-3-on-3. So fuck all of you.
What?
Right?
I kind of like the 3-on-3-on-3 though.
I do too.
Until-
But that's a whole nother.
Until some catty bitch turns on me and then fucks me up in the middle of the cage.
I like the progression the next night on Raw a little bit more because of the Rhea Ripley thing, and I feel like they are going to have a big fight style match. But I didn't hate this match. I kind of went where I was going, and you kind of got to keep Judgment Day strong. Like, they are your new heel faction on Raw. You might as well keep them big.
100% agree. I didn't hate the match either. I thought it was good. It did keep the Rhea problem story going, which they progressed to your weekly shows, which we talked about the last week or the week before, are actually now more important than your premium live events, because of premium live events, you don't really need any draws to be on them. So it makes sense for Mia Yim to come back. Sleazy creamed his pants, but I didn't expect it to happen here. I did expect it to happen at Raw or maybe the next week after Raw. But yes. Chip.
This was I thought it was going to be good just because of who was involved, and it furthered along the Rhea issue, which was satisfied by the club getting Mia Yim. 3 3/4. I just thought it progressed very well. That these guys are good every which way you look at it. Even Dominic is improving with these guys, match by match. So,
Deets, close it out.
So, gotta love Dominic Guerrero. So, the best living Guerrero that's currently out. Appreciate it. Match was good. I appreciated it just because of the snoozer that we had before. I gave it 3. Not good finish. Kept Judgment Day strong. I have no quarrel with it. More Carl Anderson though. I need more Carl.
Need more.
Carl. I need the never open weight title. We
Thank you.
didn't even bring that up. They're mentioning New Japan. They mentioned the never open weight title. They mentioned the IWGP Tag Team Champions. That's super cool, but I don't know how long that shit's gonna last.
So
I don't know how much of a New Japan mark should we be here?
you're a fucking mark. Sit the fuck down. So when
I'm a Rambo mark.
So when they mentioning, and I'm a Red Sox mark, sure, and Blinky.
Sit
So
the fuck down.
I am sitting down.
No, you're not. You're laying back.
I'm actually sitting down.
You got a pussy in your face too.
You got
I was about to
pussy
say-
in your legs.
Yes, I do. I got a black pussy between my legs.
If only he
So,
had some moments.
When
Sorry,
I was
Twitch.
when I was doing some research on a special anniversary thing that we're going to be doing, that show, they also did, this was 10 years ago, they also did mention New Japan, and so WWE's been doing that for a while. So I'm not shocked, but I am shocked they mentioned the never open weight title. That's what I'm more shocked about than anything else.
And NJPW is talking all about WWE nowadays. Everything's talking about
But he also got the
WWE.
fucking agreement with them and fucking Shinsuke to go over. So
Yeah,
like
but
I know
that's
it's
not
at Noah.
NJPW though.
That's
At
Noah.
Noah, but it went. There was NJPW connections for it as well as Noah connections. So again, they're doing this. It makes more sense that WWE is going to talk about this like they did with Mickey James during that stuff with Impact. WWE's not dumb.
I'm not sure. I'm not saying they're dumb. I'm just
Saying they're not
shocked.
Asian enough.
Well, they've never mentioned in a current champion.
Right.
You know what I mean? They've in this respect. So with Mickey, it was a little bit different because she was on loan. But this is a current WWE superstar that's also a current champion of another promotion. That's never happened before. And that's new. And does it matter? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, no. But it's an interesting moment to say, okay, take some heat and give it to New Japan. I'm all for that.
Fucking went to one New Japan show and now he's a mark for life. Braun Strowman versus
First of all,
Omos.
no. You're not going to play that fucking game with me right now.
Yes, I am. And I just did.
The fuck out of here.
Braun Strowman versus Omos, 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Can't give this 1.5. I know Dietz likes big man versus big man.
Meaty man slapping meat.
You're muted. Dietz, you're muted.
Big, meaty men slapping meat. 5-star bangers.
I do believe Strowman called it a 37-star banger. 42.
I love
if it was
I
actually
love the
somewhere that
troll.
wasn't.
I love the troll job he pulled on Twitter, by the way. That was fucking great. Listen, you're not, we're not looking for the 30-minute bangers here, folks. We're just looking to drive a story. It's exactly what was told. Strowman is now the monster of all monsters. Yay, Omos MVP can go play somewhere else. I didn't mind it. 2 stars. Good enough for House Show.
The more I thought about this, the more I was like, oh, the wrong kid died, you know. So he's like, oh, they're going to keep Strowman strong for Roman. And I'm just like, you don't really need to. But the more I thought about this, the more I don't think the wrong kid died, only because Omos did look really good in the match.
Mhm.
It was pretty much the same thing as the Brock Lesnar match, is when like Omos dominated him and then Strowman got a few moves in and won. So the moral of the story is that big black men can't beat big white men. Yeah.
Fat
You
man.
went there.
But Lashley won.
No, Lashley did not win. Lesnar won.
Lashley won last year, or at the
Okay.
Rumble.
That's right.
So Lashley's already beaten the black guy. Already
Yeah, he's
beat the
already
white
been.
guy, so.
Yeah, he's already beaten it.
But on this
And-
show,
Did anyone catch? I think Fat Man caught it when they said Black Lashley.
no, Sleazy caught it.
I caught
So
that.
Michael Cole did. I'm just like, and of course I had Dell over here, so I really couldn't make the comment. So I texted my wife, "But did you hear that?"
I
She's
dropped
like, "Oh my god!"
Sleazy, I haven't done this in a long time.
What's that?
I dropped the pencil.
Oh Jesus! Classic.
Actually, it's kind of far away. But
Now I can't ever get it.
Sleazy, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm gonna take this as a moral victory more than anything else. There was no chance that Omos was winning here. That being said, meh. It wasn't the worst match on the card. It did its purpose. It was done in a way where, two big guys fucking hossing the shit out of each other. It was better than the cage match. So but I don't really care. I have no interest in Braun Strowman. Never did. He's one of those guys that always rubbed me the wrong way ever since he was like, yeah, I these indie fuckers that don't know what the fuck they're doing. I packed up my car to drive to WWE with a fucking 6-figure contract, but look at me, I struggled to get there in my little car. Fuck you. And we get the bullshit on Twitter afterwards. Whatever. I don't think it's an outright troll. Mainly because of who responded to him. Worker's going to work, yeah, but I don't know. Dickhead's going to dickhead, in my opinion, but whatever. We'll see how he gets fed to Roman.
If
when
he gets
started.
fed.
Oh, he'll get fed to him.
Chip.
It further along the story. There was no way Omos was going to win. We all know that. 2.25.
Ryan.
I did not expect that match to be as good as what it was. And for two giant men to display power things that made me go, holy fuck, is a testament, because they're both big men anyways. You expect them to be powerful. Well, they both did things in this match that, wow. Like, it blew me. Like, the power slam at the end, he forced up Omos and held him up, and that was straight. And those body slams to Strowman, whether he's hoping or not, fucking impressive. Both of those guys had a great match. I thought it was way better than what I expected. And the right kid did die. Strowman needed to be the one to go over there.
If we're not doing lucha moves in a fucking big man versus big man match, what are we fucking doing anymore?
Actual wrestling and storytelling.
But yeah, you bitched about it during Leslie.
Okay,
Leslie and Lashley.
let's go,
Lawyer,
Bobby
bitch.
Lindsay.
Leslie and Brooke.
So, lawyered bitch.
Brooke Lindsay.
Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
No,
I
in all
fucking
seriousness,
do.
I do want to quickly say something. That match is a testament to how much I miss Brody Lee.
Okay, I'll allow it. So let me redo the bit. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
Play. I fucking do.
Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. The Usos
Might I
defended
add,
against
before
Braun
you
and Boots.
continue, this was match of the fucking night, by the way. Continue.
10 minutes, 45 seconds. Ken gave this 3.25. Okay, Ryan, go ahead.
What a fucking match. When they announced at the beginning that Jay was hurt and pointed out the extra tape, I went, they might actually do a title change here. And every close near fall was, oh shit, this might actually happen. Because there was no reason why legitimately you couldn't do it. And then the boys doing the tributes to Sheamus, every little thing about the storytelling and everything was fantastic in this. I thought.
Deets.
I wouldn't call it your 5-star banger, but great match. Super fun. Love the callbacks to Sheamus. Loved all the close finishes. There was multitudes. Crowd was super into it. It just sucks. I don't think these guys ever go over on Usos to get the titles from them. Fun match. I ain't gonna go 5, but we'll go 3 3/4. Like, great match.
Same rating, piece of shit. Great match. Honestly, I thought this could have been better, to be honest, between these two teams, but Jay was legitimately hurt. I understand why. There was no way the Brutes were winning. I didn't buy any near fall. Sorry, Ryan. I just didn't. Because I knew they were building up towards the New Day for SmackDown, so I just didn't even bother. I didn't buy anything about the near falls, but it was still great because it's the Usos and the Brawling Brutes. Chip.
You got to suspend the disbelief, man. I a couple of them I actually thought they were gonna win. My match tonight as well. I don't get how it is, but these two, I mean, not both tag teams, but Butch and Ridge, they have just improved so much lately, and they're just throwing out really decent to really good matches. And the callbacks to Sheamus were great, and the way they got him back by slamming his arm on the steps, great storytelling. My match tonight, so I'm going to say 4 1/4.
Sleazy.
I pretty much agree with everyone. I gave it 4 stars. I think they're building it up to have Sammy be the other half of the tag championship by Friday. I really do believe that they're going to go with Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso as the tag champs going into SmackDown. Mainly because A, they can freebird the shit out of that. And B, if Jay is truly hurt, what a great way of doing that. They've built Sammy up in that respect. Why not?
Plus, that'll create so much heat when Jay comes back.
Main event Jay Uso. So, yeah. Match of the night, without question.
Yo, dog, I heard you like women's matches.
I do.
Last women's standing match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defends against Bayley. 20 minutes and 20 seconds. Ken gave this 3 3/4.
Overrating piece of shit.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, now let's walk away from the finish because the finish was not great.
Dumb.
It harkens back to the John Cena, Dave Bautista duct tape thing. Okay,
Fuck you. That finish is awesome.
It was fun
every time.
No.
They do something that actually stops them from getting up on their feet like that. Great. Like that is the whole point of the match. I love every time they use duct tape. I love this finish for that because it's brilliant.
Here's my problem with it, though. If you have a person that's trying to do it I guess my problem with the finish isn't the fact that the finish is happening that way. It's the people in the ring that are doing it. Bianca Belair is this superhuman, in theory, woman that can just beat Bayley at any fucking time that she wishes, apparently. And she's got to go to almost like a shortcut of trapping her in fucking a ladder to beat her. Really? It makes no sense at all from that perspective. The actual finish was creative. You're absolutely right about that. And so was the duct tape finish, but it fit Cena's character almost better than it does with Bianca. And once again, what are we fucking doing with Bayley here? Are we just going to keep throwing her in front of title matches so she loses over and over again? Even her, I hate to say it this way, but her flunkies are doing a better job of winning titles than she is. What the fuck? They're adding to their ranks with everyone winning a title but her. What the fuck's going on here? Ridiculous. 2 3/4.
Ryan, take care of my light work.
Oh, fuck you.
What is your fucking problem with this match? Like, this was a fantastic match. This makes Bayley drive her more and more crazy. This gives Bayley's team the chance to now win War Games and gives Bayley another reason to come back after Belair, which should have been this feud last year, but Bayley got hurt. Now, I get the access and the new people on it, but this is exactly what their feud should have been last year. Same with the Orton and Drew feud from 2020. Orton had to beat him at one point for the belt just to keep it a little bit fresh. War Games is going to happen, which means they don't have a singles match, but they are wrestling for another straight premium live event. The next one after that, if they have a show before the Rumble, which I don't think they are, fine. If not Rumble, Bayley either wins there or Bayley wins the Rumble.
Well, I give this 3 stars. I thought it was good. Some of the spots, like the golf cart spot, I really didn't like. I did like the finish. I thought it was creative, and it didn't. I don't think it was out of Belair's character at all. It just made it look smart because Deese is going to say thick ass Bayley, and yeah, that's exactly what happened. She was too thick to get out of it, which was hilarious, but also made Belair look smart by doing it. So, by the way, I clapped because of the college football playoff rankings. So, Chip knows.
Are they what we thought?
They're what I thought.
I agree with you.
Georgia's 1, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3, TCU is 4.
TCU 4. Yeah.
So they're at least good. Backtracking, you'll hear about that tomorrow night. But I think it wasn't against Bella's character. It actually made her look smart and actually added to her character.
Bitch, we're a quarter star away from each other.
Yeah, but I'm saying that you think it was out of her character, and I'm like, I disagree. It added to her character. But anyway, Chip.
I did enjoy this match. I enjoyed it more than their last match. The creative at the end, yes. As soon as I saw her put it against the turnbuckle, I'm like, oh, okay. But Bayley, she wiggled out a little too much, so proving she could have gotten out of there. But, I mean, it furthers along the story. And it's like, to me, from the Judgment Day match on, this crown jewel went into full effect. The first couple of matches I didn't think were even worthy of being on the card, but from the Judgment Day on, the show just picked up. So, 3 stars.
All right, Deets.
All y'all overrated. Y'all,
Riley, what?
all of y'all
Not
overrated.
Don't walk in front of the computer.
Giant turds
Just call
everywhere.
and get in the bathtub. I mean,
Golf cart spot.
Get in the
Dumb.
bathtub.
Ending
Say it one more
terrible.
time. Hey.
makes Belair look incredibly weak. I will say it. I'll agree. I agree and disagree. It makes her look smart, yes, but she doesn't play the smart game. She's supposed to be the fantastic wonder of excellence, superiority, EST of everything. And then for her to get trapped by her own shortcomings, 1.5 stars.
Her own shortcoming. I think that's a thick shortcoming.
I can't say that right now because somebody else is in the room.
I pushed it in there just so I could get a response from you.
Oh my!
How the
you
fuck do
saying
you lose a match by having a gigantic ass and your ass can't fit through the fucking... I'm done.
Fucking brilliant. Fuck you.
Fucking ridiculous.
This is why I'm on this show.
Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defends against Logan Paul. 24 minutes and 50 seconds. Ken gave this 4 stars. I'm interested in what Deets has to say first.
Okay. So y'all know I'm a big Paul Bearer fan. I did not like the beginning. Once he hit the buckshot lariat, and I believe that's also where he got hurt.
He says he got hurt on the splash on the table.
Oh, okay.
That would make sense.
That would make sense. Once he hit the lariat, then it started to pick up, make sense. What I really enjoyed were Paul's cronies. So Mike Menjack and George getting it in with the Usos, and the Usos just basically absolutely murdering them. I immediately call for them to be the next Stooges. I need that in my life. If I could watch those two just dress up as idiots and try and help their friend, and every single time they get kicked in the face, I'd pay $9.99 for it every single time. I appreciated Jake coming in. It's those Paul brothers bring in so many different views for WWE. It is all just good business. Match wise, 4.5. I won't call it my match of the night, but it is my best rating of the night, just because it had everything. And the progression of Roman.
That's how not fucking match rating works, dumbass. If it's a match is fucking nice.
No.
I hope you step on a fucking Lego. Let's just get that in there now.
So my kids don't play with, well, she does play with Legos, but they're not allowed on the floor.
Find Lincoln Logs.
Well, now I got to make friends with your kid just to convince her to fucking put a Lego on the floor so your fat ass can step on it.
Nope. The story was there, the progression of everything. It was a confident Roman Reigns going in and then leaving, super psyched that he fucking won the match. Enjoyed the hell out of it.
This was also
made the pay-per-view.
This was also my match of the night, like it was Deet's match of the night. It was a way better match than I expected it to be, way longer than I thought it would be. I thought this would be 10 minutes.
And listen,
Paul gets a little bit of offense in, and then Reigns just wrecks him. But Reigns gave him offense and made him look spectacular. And the story was building up. This Reigns was overconfident, and then he, like you said, he walked down. He's so like, whew. That was a close one.
Yeah. Like, to me, it was everything. The ebb and flow of Roman, the hot shot upstart, the cocky prick brother coming in and laying somebody out. Like, it hit every fucking notch for me. Great fucking, it ended perfectly.
A little too much gaga, but I don't remember who said it, but I think it was Sleazy maybe said you kind of needed it, though, at the end of the match. But, yeah, it was way better than I thought it would be. And you mentioned it, Logan Paul absolutely destroyed his knee sometime during that match, which is kind of a shame because he's been absolutely excellent. But, yeah, I gave a 4 stars match of the night. Chip.
I agree, 4 stars. Not my match tonight, but I will give it 4 stars. It was great. It was a lot better than I thought. A lot better. I thought it was going to be good, but this is really good. And Logan Paul is just one of those, you don't see it come around that often, but it's one of those that can just go. And he's well trained. The buckshot lariat was beautiful. The splash to break the table was well done. And he threw the camera in for a little selfie action going on and recorded it for Facebook Live or Twitter or Instagram, whatever the hell he was on at the time. Yeah, really good.
I'm going to do Sleazy last, Ryan.
I wanted this to be match of the night. I think Logan Paul's fucking amazing. If there's 3 matches, he's doing so fucking good. I can't say I believe Logan Paul was going to win, but there was a couple of moments when that would have been the time to do it.
All right, Sleazy.
Let me just start with this. I really believe
Jesus, he had height.
that this picture here, and sorry for the folks that are just listening to us on the podcast, this picture absolutely personifies the match. And it will be one of the things that will be remembered for this match. And it will be one of the things that'll be remembered for any type of celebrity interaction in a match for years to come. This
Who's
also,
who's the guy that does the paintings for them and sells the prints on the
I can't remember, but
Meckler,
yeah,
Schneider, Rob something. I would buy this if he paints that.
mm-hmm. This picture also solidifies Roman Reigns as quite possibly the best wrestler in the world in the last 20 years. And that's a huge thing to say. I think he's eclipsed Cena at this point. I think he's eclipsed so many other major stars.
Omega couldn't put him over like this.
Here's the thing.
Omega would no sell him.
That's why I'm saying it.
But I think that this picture says everything you need to know about professional wrestling as a whole. This is why we do what we do in professional wrestling, to have a moment like this. And the fact that one of these people is a YouTuber with 3 matches worth of experience under their belt, and this is what we got out of this, is fucking amazing. And I'm going to sit here and say, while yes, it was needed, the Gaga was needed, it still hurt the finish of the match. And I'm also going to give it 4 stars, but it wasn't my match of the night only because of that. But from a historic perspective, people are going to look on this night, this match, and specifically that moment and say, holy shit, Roman Reigns truly is the man. Because he got something like that out of Logan Paul. Because with all due respect to Logan Paul, he was a part of that match too. But how they went through the pacing of that, how they went through and put the match together was 90% Roman, and you're not going to be able to tell me any different.
A master class.
It was a master class. You're absolutely right. Of how to book a match to make somebody look like they had a fucking chance when in all rights they had no chance in hell of winning. So while this isn't the best match of Roman Reigns' career, it is going to be the most historic one, because I do believe it cements him as the best wrestler in the last 20 years.
So I'll go one even further on you. How well he did if he didn't get hurt. 90% of my thought process going into Royal Rumble, Cody comes back and wins. If Paul doesn't get hurt, Logan Paul could have probably won the Rumble, and we see this again in Mania.
I would be I wouldn't be shocked if he went through the Rumble and won. The problem ends up being is you still have to justify the fact that why did he get this match? So throwing him in the Rumble and having him win the Rumble would absolutely justify that second match. So I still don't believe he's going to be that man that dethrones Roman, though. I think they're saving that for Cody.
Yes and no, because no matter what, I think Roman goes on both nights if they do 2 nights again.
Like
they are
matches?
Yep.
Kind of like what they did in Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep. 1 for each title. And that'll give the separation again, because he'll drop 1. Whether it be Cody, whether it be Paul, that's what I'm thinking.
So,
whether it be Rock, who knows?
I doubt it's going to be Rock. Don't give Chip his due.
Never
if he
know.
faces Rock, Rock's putting him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Honestly,
that's what I would think.
do you know when I think The Rock is going to put him over? At the Rumble. That would be the time to put him over. It's a big four. No one, we've talked about this before. What you have to make your champion as strong as possible for the Royal Rumble winner. What a better way to make him more strong than to throw The Rock at him. The only reason why I don't think it's going to be The Rock at all is because I think they're going to throw Strowman at him on the Royal Rumble instead, which solves the same problem. Yeah, like I'm sitting here saying we got to make Roman Reigns look strong after 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
He's been champion a fifth of his main roster career. Think about that for a second.
Yep, but at least it's been a good run. I'm
not saying it isn't.
No.
Right.
No.
We lost Ryan because he's a mark.
Bye, Ryan.
Overall thoughts on the show.
I liked it.
I'll go. Good show. Fun show.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say maybe the best crown jewel, but a memorable one.
I agree.
Like I said, it picked up after at the Judgment Day match and just kept going.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show.
It was a good show,
Yep.
and it's going to be remembered for the Paul Reigns match. So that's it. We'll take a quick break. On the other end, we're going to do news and rumors. Fat Man, you got something to tease?
WWE's third quarter earnings and an update on the investigation into Vince McMahon.
Ooh, spicy. We'll be back after this. And we're back, folks. So what do we got on the docket for news and rumors here?
Okay, let's talk about WWE's third quarter earnings. The revenue was $304.6 million, which is an increase of 19%. Operating income was $58.9 million, which was a decrease of 8%. The adjusted EBITDA was $91.2 million, which was an increase of 17%. Returned $9.1 million of capital to shareholders, dividends paid out. Clash at the Castle was the most international event in WWE history until Crown Jewel. That surpassed it. Each WWE domestic premium live event, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and Extreme Rules was the most watched event in the history, with a year-to-year increases of 17, 20, and 36% respectively. WWE announced a multi-year agreement with a Foxtel Group to send distribution in Australia. WWE announced the creation of XC Europe, which is planned to launch in 2023. WWE announced the Campus Rush, which we talked about. In February, the company's adjusted EBITDA was 360 to 375 million, but that increased to 370 to 385 million.
So business is good.
Yes. When you have increased revenue and decreased operating income.
Why the decreased operating income is what I'm interested to hear about. How did they manage to shrink all their operating income? Is it simply because
a lot of it was done to Thunderdome?
Well, that should have been even cheaper, but this is quarter to quarter.
Oh, that's true.
So we're talking third quarter, which would have been what, August to end of October.
Mm-hmm.
So we had what, 3 pay-per-views? That's it? 4?
Well, it had to be July through October because it's Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and Extreme Rules.
Okay. So, that actually makes sense then, because if you're not running more than 3 shows, then that would cut into your operating expenses right there. But they're obviously really well sold shows. I mean, fuck, wasn't there a piece of it where they were talking about international ticket sales went over like 8 million, which was just Clash and a couple of Canadian shows.
It was Clash.
Yeah, but they went to Canada,
right? But Clash did over $8 million at the gate by itself.
Oh, So I was under the impression that they came from that number because they thought that the international sales were only Clash at the Castle, but that wasn't true. Although, to be fair, it was 90% of it. I mean, they went to Montreal once, and that's the only reason why they have that it isn't all Clash.
Well, they also did a couple house shows in Winnipeg. They did a Raw
did they? Yeah.
Edmonton and stuff like that. So, but for what I read, Clash did 8 million by itself.
Wow, that's fucking amazing for a fucking UK pay-per-view.
Okay, and let's talk about Vince. During that same conference call, a special committee of independent members of the board of directors were informed to investigate alleged misconduct by Vincent K. McMahon, the company's former chairman and CEO, who resigned in July 22nd of 2022, but remains a stockholder of the controlling interest and another executive who is also no longer with the company. I'm assuming Johnny Ace. The special committee investigation now complete, and the special committee has been disbanded. Management is working with the board to implement the recommendations to the special committee related to, the investigation. For the 3 and 9 month periods ending September 30th, 2022, the company's consolidated pre-tax result included the impact of $17.7 million and $19.4 million respectively associated with certain costs related to the investigation. Wow. See some of the FCC's filings, including but not limited to its annual report on Form 10/K-A and quarterly reports, blah, blah, blah.
How fucking specific.
Yeah. So essentially, they spent almost $20 million on the investigation.
You know what I think is that I think the numbers kind of, I don't want to say it's blown out of proportion, but I think it's money paid back from things that they thought were money that they needed. I don't think that they spent 20 million on the investigation itself. It just cost the company 20 million to investigate it, which sounds similar, but
no, I understand.
You know what I mean? Holy shit, dude. Fucking buy a hooker. It's like $600. What the fuck you doing?
And apparently he was seen in New York City with a mystery woman and bodyguards around him. Who cares?
Who gives a shit? He's single, effectively.
He's been separated for years.
Yeah.
It's been the worst kept secret in wrestling that he's been divorced and separated. It doesn't matter. This is fucking dumb.
It's a handshake marriage at this point. And it's been like that for years. Whatever.
Oh, okay. So is AEW about to do house shows?
I know. Ask the JEFFJARRETT. Yeah, that's WJF Jarrett coming down the ring in a bunch of black. But whatever.
Wow, so you watched the product too? Wow.
AEW has instead concentrating on holding televised events. The company had a competitive advantage over WWE. No, they didn't.
Really?
While still performing house shows, however, in the aftermath of COVID-19 pandemic, WWE has reduced its touring schedule. Jeff Jarrett's new role as Director of Business Development may include assisting AEW house shows, according to
Dave
Meltzer. We need to get a good cadence going on that. Jesus Christ!
Right now, there's no definitive plan. Right now, there's no definitive plans for AEW to do house shows, but a lot of wrestlers on the roster would like to wrestle more and have expressed interest in them. Meltzer noted that expanding the live schedule for AEW is difficult because the product has been the coldest since its debut. The advantage of working house shows is that it will allow talent to work on things in the ring in front of a live audience without the constrictions and pressure of doing it on a live television show. In addition, younger wrestlers get more ring time. To make house shows profitable, top stars on the card are required, and it's possible that Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, MJF, Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, and others won't work them at all.
Okay, so I have a couple of things to say about that. Number one, I literally touched last Friday the building that they ran for Rampage, and I didn't go in.
Boardwalk
And
was it
they were in
Boardwalk Arena?
they were in the Boardwalk Hall.
Mhm.
Obviously I live in Atlantic City. Literally walked down the boardwalk as they were running the show. That show started at 8:00. And the reason why I make that important announcement is that what a better way to run a house show without running a house show when you tack it on a Rampage. So that you get the best of both worlds. You get the house show part of the show, the 8 to 10 block, and then you have the live show 10 to 11. So you get the benefit of the stars coming to the show. You're taping TV product, but you're also getting that house show vibe too. If they continue doing that, that actually makes sense.
The problem with Rampage, it's a nothing show. They got to build it up.
I agree.
And they want to have, yes, is Joe a star? Yes. Is Wardlow a star? Your biggest draw is Joe on that show.
Your biggest draw was not Joe on that show.
Not this particular show.
Yeah.
It was,
It was definitely not.
it was Shibata.
Yeah.
Yep.
But again, they drew less than 1,000 people. Again, Shibata
Not
was
only-
announced 3 days before. 2 days before.
It was 2 days before. The show was, you know what their big draw was? Fucking Iron Mike Tyson. What? What the fuck? I 100% believe they thought the big draw was Iron Mike Tyson for two reasons. Number one,
Atlantic City won.
One, it was Atlantic City. Two, the prices of the tickets were $15 until they announced Mike Tyson. Then they went up to 20. So they thought he was the draw. And they were wrong. They were absolutely wrong. But that's exactly what they were thinking.
But he didn't do anything. He went out, did the Shibata match on commentary, and that was it.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
That was the first time I watched Rampage live in a long time. Yeah.
There were people literally walking out the door after the Shibata match. I know. I was there. I watched them.
So, yeah. They just got to make... It's a good philosophy, what you're saying. They just got to make Rampage important for people to actually fucking buy tickets to it.
I 100% agree with you. They need to put stars on there. They need to make it truly a second show, not the mid-card show for all the mid-carders, the mid-card. It is Jade Cargill's legitimate show.
Okay. There's a lot of fallout from Steve Fall's interview with Billy Corgan, and more information about Nick Aldis and Corgan's problems is emerging. Fightful was scheduled to interview Aldis, but the interview was canceled after news broke that Aldis was given his notice and was pulled from the NWA shows. Aldis stated that Corgan's... I'm so sorry.
Get it out.
That Corgan's disrespect for himself and his wife, Mickie James, in the run-up to and after the inaugural NWA Empower pay-per-view is a huge reason for the deterioration of Aldis' relationship with the NWA. It was also stated that both have never publicly discussed this because Aldis was a top star in the company. Several women who have appeared on the show on a regular basis felt disrespectful. Corgan and Trevor Murdoch claimed there wasn't enough depth of women for a second Empower show. During an interview with Steve Paul, Corgan said the following: "I'm really intrigued by the interest in Empower. We continue to want to do it. We continue to have discussions with other companies about working together to create the Fresh Empower event. The last time I talked about it, I created some headlines because people took umbrage with the fact. In fact, I have Maria Kanellis, and I've known Maria for many years, and I love Maria, but even Maria Kanellis is calling me out saying something about we have women and da. I think every company has a right to decide their level of standard. When you create a world-class event like Empowered, and it was a world-class event. We set a very, very high standard and what we expected. Of course, there'd be plenty of great professional wrestlers in the world. Can they wrestle the NWA style? Can they carry a 3-hour pay-per-view? Can they move? I saw Deets come up. Can they move the case of women's wrestling, not just in wrestling, but in terms of international media forward? These are my concerns. So everybody has their own vision of it. That's my vision of it, and that's why I'm still on that. Until we can provide a world-class event with some of the best professional wrestlers in the world, of course, in this case, females on the card, then we won't do it. All this weird howling that goes on around, and it seems very strange to me because we're taking a positive and you're making a negative out of positive. That's so weird to me.
There's so much to unpack there. Number one,
yes.
Okay, let's start by the most obvious thing. Fuck you and burying your entire division by saying that. Like,
yes.
What the fuck?
Despite all his rage, he's still a rat in the cage. Remember that.
Yeah, well, he needs to go sit in his corner for a while, I guess. What are you saying that for? I mean, I understand, maybe a logistical situation happens and you don't think you can run the show. That's fine, whatever. But to sit there and basically bury your own roster by saying we don't have enough good talent on our roster to do another Empower show is just fucking, what the fuck are you doing? Even if, let's say for the sake of argument, you're right, which you kind of are. I've seen their roster right now. There's not that many like huge, quote unquote, huge names like former WWE star of this or former TNA star of that. Yeah, you can bring those people in. You still got fucking Mickey James there that could sell a show. I mean, if you're looking for a show that could truly draw, she's a draw. What the fuck are you talking about? If you're looking for other people from other promotions, you just couldn't get the logistics, that's fine. But don't bury your fucking roster by saying that. Just say that logistically it didn't work out at this time. And to go back to Aldis and the heat between them and Corgan, was I under the impression that Aldis said that he was not renewing his contract first, or that Corgan's claiming that he wasn't going to resign him, period, before Aldis said he wasn't renewing?
Okay,
go ahead, Teets.
I just literally pulled up the roster. Like, they have Camille Brickhouse, Allison Kay, Angelina Love, Chelsea Green, now signed with WWE now.
Not confirmed yet. To sign with WWE.
Yeah, it's a rumor.
But still, Kylie Ray, Kylan King, Marty Bell, Mickey James, Natalie Markova, like Taryn Terrell, like that doesn't make any sense. Like, quality, every person I just named was quality.
Yeah,
and they don't have enough.
Kylan
you could
King,
easily.
He just wrestled in Rumble 44th, right?
So did Kylie Ray.
Yeah,
Kylan faced Mayu, and Kylie Ray was in the tag match. You're going to tell me you can't find any Japan stars that wouldn't want to come over?
Yeah,
seriously.
You could always get Impact.
Yeah.
AEW. They've had working relationships in the past.
I hate to say this, there's a bunch of GCW women that would love
you
to
can do GCW. You can do New Japan. There's a bunch of people that you can Stardom. There's a bunch. Well, New Japan's where I kind of lumped that in, but there's a bunch of people you can get to wrestle on those shows. Now, if you couldn't get them, like you said, that's one thing, but you did bury the roster. He's right in saying, I think, as much as what he's done with the NWA, I think he thinks that the NWA product and name is bigger than what it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the NWA that it used to be, and I think that's kind of what he's still
but
banking
it's better
on.
than what it's not the NWA what it used to be, but it's still better than what it was. So, and that's a step in the forward. But I think he's not, because he said he was talking about WWE going on the network, and I think I mentioned it last week or the week before. But excuse me, he thinks his product is here, and yes, they have a good product, but in all actuality, his product's like here.
Promoter's going to promote. I chalk that up there.
Yes. And so, but you also say, to me, it read like, we want to have the best show possible, but we don't got the talent to do it. So we're not going to do it. And until we get the talent, we're not going to, and like, it just read weird. So, and okay.
Honestly, you sound like a sexist jackass.
He did. 100%.
Yeah. Like that's what I read.
Women don't draw, and I'm curious if anyone wants to look it up for me. What the first Empower did, as far as pay-per-view buys,
And did Evolution do better?
Evolution was also on the network too. So
Was it?
yes.
Okay.
The NWA Empower pay-per-view, it was a Fight TV exclusive, did 3,500 buys.
Okay.
So I'm going to casually look one up that's about that time. The When Our Shadows Fall one, that was back in that was June 2021. What was this? Oh
yeah, that's right. I watched that the day of my surgery. I remember that. I remember watching that show the day of my surgery.
I'm trying to find. Continue on. I'll find the.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, it's just we'll go to a different topic while Susie looks that up. But to put a pin in it, sexist, not really knowing his roster, and maybe other people want to do it and he didn't think it was successful enough, and he's trying to be a scapegoat. He's trying to say this as being a way of not doing it, instead of saying, we tried it, it was a good show, but it just wasn't financially as big as I wanted it to be, therefore I'm not doing another one. That's all he had to say. But
you could have found a better distributor then.
Yes. WWE is working on a Bianca Belair and Marquez Ford reality show.
Yep.
As they should.
Nick Khan has signed a long-term contract with WWE. WWE is launching the search for Africa's next WWE superstar.
Good.
Yes.
Did not hear that.
It started actually, I think today. It's going through like November 27th. It's held in Nigeria. Omas is there now because that's his home country, and it's open to any athlete who was of African descent, born in Africa. So that's good. WWE filed for the TLC trademark. I think it probably just came up and they just wanted to renew it. And R-Truth tore his quad at NXT last week.
Yeah,
that was pretty gross too.
Damn, that sucks. Just a quick thing. This was the show that happened just before the Empower pay-per-view. It was headlined with Nick versus Trevor Murdoch. It was the one where Trevor lost by DQ.
Okay.
It was Camille versus Serena Deeb. That show did less than $500 buys. This was
that's a 500 buys?
Yes. The show before the Empower pay-per-view.
So it
did
Empower out
times. Yeah, it did 7 times the buy rate.
7 times the buy rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
He should just stick to staying on YouTube, dude. When they started going heavy on YouTube, and it got interesting again, and then it just fell off. But Aldis needs to get the fuck out. Get to NXT.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see him feud with Breaker.
NXT will get a good spot. You know this would be a good spot for him? Going back to Impact.
No, I don't want to see. We've seen it before.
Yeah, we've seen it before, and I think NXT WWE would be the perfect spot for him. I think we all agree the least perfect spot for him would be AEW because he's just going to get lost in the shuffle.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. And until they find out who can actually book a damn show, AEW still in terrible trouble. For the fucking paper.
Oh, my cat's all like, "What was that, Dad? What'd you just throw, Dad?"
It's all right. I suffered a wound from my new dog.
I pulled a hangnail, so I'm bleeding. But yeah,
no,
Wow.
totally bit me.
Oh God,
5 stitches.
How? Jesus.
Yeah,
you got a rabies shot.
Luckily I had my Tdap done back in 2014 or 2019. I'm sorry.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Deets, put yourself over.
Listen, I'm at Legendary Deets. I just fuck around, talk shit about wrestling. Also, shout out to my main man, Marlon Humphrey. Gave me a follow yesterday. Super happy about that. Marlon Humphrey is one of the best cornerbacks in all of football. So appreciate that, man.
So hashtag towels.
No, not hashtag towels, but it was an acknowledgement of greatness on both sides.
I was gonna say great acknowledging great.
Unbelievable. Chip, put yourself over.
You can find me and Fat Man on the Best Darn Sports Show Period 2. And we'll be recording tomorrow night at 9:00. We're going over a lot of college football talk. Hockey is in full swing now. NFL is going strong. NASCAR just finished their season up. And the World Cup is right around the corner. So we're definitely going to be talking a lot on that. We just got an email of our World Cup pool. You can find me on Twitter at SportsGuru728. And also, you get a chance to watch Autumn Battle 22 happened November 5th. No, Carl Anderson was not there because he was a little busy in Saudi Arabia. But Hikuleo told NJPW not to strip him of the belt and don't take it away from him in Tokyo Dome. And I just read today that FTR is going to be in Wrestle Kingdom. And also heard that today Will Ospreay said he'd really like to get a match with Seth Rollins. Not saying it's going to happen, but just little Easter eggs.
I have some breaking news.
Okay.
Former WWE talent Cain Velasquez has officially been granted bail.
Wow.
Fuck. Everyone run.
Okay.
Holy
I guess we'll be talking about that tomorrow.
So the Best Darn Sports Show Period 2 runs Wednesdays at 9?
Yes.
Wednesdays at 9 on
Wednesdays
Twitch.
at 9. Okay, cool. Fuck Ryan. He left early. So fuck him. Fuck Ryan Butchgotch. Ryan Botchgotch. Ryan Botchgotch.
Pretty much.
R/ The Wrestling Show on Reddit. He fucks around there. I fuck around on there. Find us. I'm at Titty with Sleazy.
As I've taken a drink. TWS Fat Man.
And we are at Sleazy Fat Man on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Please go on over there. Give us a like, follow, etc. Videos of the show you can find on twitch.tv/sleazyfatman, youtube.com/sleazyfatman, which now are podcast posts to YouTube too. So if you guys want to listen to the show on YouTube, you can do that. But we're also premium videos, obviously, onlyfans.com/the wrestling show. You can find all sorts of content on thewrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch, tons of other cool stuff. Fat Man's articles are on there. We're all trying to put a bunch of cool stuff in. You can get this podcast every Saturday morning, 8 a.m., wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and now Podbean. we are, like I said last week, we are switching over from the Gear Network. We are on our own. So these are the last couple of episodes that you'll be listening to us on the Gear Network. So make sure you go to our website at thewrestlingshow.com and find our new Spotify links. If you have the old ones, they will no longer be useful to you. You can basically get all of our stuff at our brand new Linktree. It's Linktr.ee/sleazyfatman. That has all of our social media of our personal stuff, as well as the shows, all the social media, all the podcast stuff is all in that one link. That'll be in the show liner notes here tonight. Don't hesitate to rate us on every platform. It really does help us out. So with thanks to Dietz for coming on the show, thanks to Chip for being here, fuck Ryan, and as always, for Sleazy,
For the Fat Man.
this is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer, because fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Tony Khan. Fuck Killing Me. Hot dog's not a sandwich. Sub's not a sandwich. And update on my health. I do have a herniated disc in my neck, which is pushing on my vocal cords, which is why it's like this. I will be needing a second surgery on my elbow December 1st. So one of these fuckers is going to have to pick up the slack because I won't be able to type for about a month. So that'll be fun. So yeah. But I will be on the podcast every week because that's what I do.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The blood shedding your name. When there's nothing to gain, I'm a well-gone
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.